hill or anything like that, the car can start moving on us, and that's not a good thing. Usually what we do is we'll put wedges. There's two different tactics going on here. One of them we're using an engineered tool, and the other one we're just using wedges, and then we'll pop the tires. We'll rip the valve stems out of the tires, and the car will drop down on the wedges, and then we know that the car is stable. It's not going to roll away from us. Generally, on a real car accident, the fire department will also drop a hose line and keep a charged line on the ground in case something catches fire. We don't really have a problem with that today because there was no substantial damage to the front of the vehicle. The tools that we're using today are the blue tools laying on the tarp over there. When they get those out, I'll try and have probably Lieutenant Saxton hold them up so we can see what they are. You can see right now they're pulling the valve stems out. The tow truck drivers hate that. They really don't like us doing that, but we have to do it. So the first tool that he's picking up, well, I don't know what they're doing yet. Hey, the gentleman digging in the bag over there is getting a rhino tool out that is used to cut the windshield out the front of the car. These side windows are usually tempered glass, and you can see they pop right out. The front windshield is generally laminate glass and does not pop out that easy. And if you notice, there's a tree inside the car. I put that in there. I thought it was funny. So what they're doing is actually in sequence. They're going to take out all the windows. Saxon's giving them direction. They're probably going to pop doors, pull the roof, and then the third thing they'll do is they'll roll the dash. Imagine somebody inside the car. They can't get out of the car because it's been damaged so badly. And we can't get the people out of the car because generally their legs and arms and stuff might be up underneath the dash or somewhere, and we can't get them out safely. So we have to pull the car apart around the person so that they're not injured further as we get them out. And I know everybody's seen those TV shows where they get people out, they don't want to hurt their back, their spinal cord and such. That is a real thing. So if you saw firefighter Long just popping holes in the front windshield, Benway, the tall guy with the rhino tool, he's going to cut the windshield out. Generally, when they're done with the windshield, what we normally do is we throw it underneath the car so it's out of the way. Today, these guys are trying to be a little conscientious about it because they don't want to clean up the mess. They're probably going to throw it in the back seat. So when we're working a real call, we don't usually do that. It goes underneath the car. If you can see, the guys are going around the car right now. They're cutting the seat belts. They're popping out the airbag actuators. A lot of cars have these side impact airbags on them. And we don't want to cut those cylinders, so the guys locate them, they pull the plastic off, so that then we bring the tools around, they don't cut the cylinders. That's not something we want to do. The tools are capable of cutting these cylinders, but it's not really a real safe thing to do. There's your windshield in one piece. Oh, and they're going to slide it under the car and get it up out of the way. So also while we're doing this, there's a couple of firefighters here. Well, one of them specifically that's one of our new guys. So it's kind of a training opportunity for him at the same time. All right, here comes the tool. This is the first tool. Mr. Benway's got it, giving it to Jake Whitaker. He's actually my favorite tool. This is the O-cutters. These are like giant scissors. This is not the jaws of life. These are actually cutters. They're going to take the A-post out first. Nope, they've changed their mind. I was wondering because usually we pop the doors first. So this hydraulic tool that's coming over now with Mason Beebe's got, this is actually the jaws of life on this side. You see he's testing it real quick. He's going to spread it. He's going to crush the door with the tool. The tool is going to compress the door so that the door peels over a bit, and we're going to get what's called a purchase point. The purchase point is going to allow him to jam the tool between the two doors, and then he's going to start doing what we call boring. He's going to bore into the nadir pin. Then the tool is going to tear the door off of the nadir pin. The tool he's using weighs about 70 pounds. So if you notice, he puts it down whenever he gets a chance to do so. These tools are very heavy, and the longer you hold them, the heavier they get. They are fully battery operated, which is kind of a nice feature in today's world. Back in the day, we used to have to run hydraulic pumps and run hydraulic lines to everything. Today, the electronic tools are just fantastic. They're able to talk to each other. There's no fumes. You can talk to the patient. You're actually doing two things at one time. On the other side, on the driver's side, it looks like they're using a cutter on that side. These tools are engineered to use regular batteries. They generate about 40,000 pounds of compression strength on them. The newer cars, believe it or not, are actually harder to cut up than the old cars. I heard somebody tell me one time that a 1957 Chevy is his preferred car to get in an accident. Realistically, if you took a new car today and ran it into a 57 Chevy, I'd rather be in the new car. The new car's got boron steels in it. Tensile strengths are a lot stronger, airbags and things. The guy in the newer car is going to do much better than the guy in the 57 Chevy. Plus, it would be really sad. I think a 57 Chevy is a pretty cool car. I can't see what they're doing on the other side. Now, you guys might not know this, but working on a crashed car is actually a lot easier than working on a car that's intact. Crashed cars come with built-in purchase points and already removed parts for you. This car right now, all of the safety features were fully intact. That nadir pin on this side is giving firefighter BB a hard time. There we go. Yeah, very good. Now I think they're going to take the door off. Strap and cut it, or are you going to push it off? There you go. They're just going to force it off. There's two different tactics that we use to get doors off of cars. One of them is they'll go in and we'll actually cut the hinges. What firefighter Whitaker's doing right now is he's attacking the hinge with the jaws of life. And what it does is it just tears the hinge apart. Generally, we take the door off and get it out of the way because when you start getting a bunch of firefighters in a car to get somebody injured out of the seat, the door is in the way and you can't get 4 people in there to 4 point them to carry them out of the car. In a real life situation, we probably have somebody hanging through the windshield, giving IVs and treating the patient while we're doing this. If you can imagine, that'd be a pretty scary position to be in if you were in the car. All right, first hinge is popped. I wonder if they checked that the door was unlocked before they did this. There you go. That way he's doing what I do. Just take the scissors and cut the hinge. Hey, are you guys going to do a third door conversion or are you going to just pop the door down? So they're just going to pop all 4 doors. Third door conversion is when they actually cut the V-post out of the way and take the person out to the side. We usually do that when the car's on the side or something. Also, we usually do that more on SUVs than we do on sedans. Driver's side. Did you get that door off over there? They're using both doors on this one over on this side. You see the firefighter, the only job the firefighter has to do is hold the tool. Now he's going in there to clean it out a bit. Hey Whitaker, can you move your stand on the table? Thank you. At 9 o'clock, we put the car back together. Hey, just so you guys know, they're doing it the hard way. In real life, when they got to this point, they'd probably just pull the doorknob and it would open. They're going to fight this nader pin on this passenger side to the very end here. guys going to use the saw or are you going to use the See over on this side, Amy's marking it so they know where to cut. One of the things firefighters have is a great sense of humor. Whenever we do this training, I usually have to put restrictions on them. Like, don't cut the car in half. Tow truck drivers hate it when we let the air out of the tires, and they really hate it when we cut the car in half. They actually want to charge me for 2 tow bills. Yeah, they got A and B down on the side. I bet you this guy will never park here again. All right, they're going to have this roof off really quick. ABC on passenger side, C, D on the driver's side, last nose. You were still doing a dash pull-up, correct? Okay. Okay, the roof is going to come off, and then what they're going to do is they're going to do some relief cuts on the floorboard on either side of the front of the cab, and then they're going to roll the dash over. What happens a lot of times in car accidents is once we get the roof and the doors off, we find that we still can't get the patient out because the front impact is so bad that the dashboard is pinned up on the legs of the patient, and we can't get them out. So, in the new cars, you can't. We used to just put a chain to the steering wheel and pull the dash over. We can't do that anymore because all the cars that we have today are steered by wire. Okay, there's no steering box and there's no more shafts going back down into a pinion gear in the front of the car, like in the old 57 Chevy, for example. These new cars don't have that. So we've had to improvise in the techniques that we use to cut cars apart. So right now they're going to peel back and they're going to find where the unibody is, and they're going to take the yoke cutters and they're going to put a nice thread in there, and then they're going to jam the jaws in there, and they're going to lift this car up into 2 pieces. You're going to see the front end of the car go into the ground, and the back end is going to lift up again. So what you're going to see is about, you're going to see a lot of space come up between the steering wheel. They're checking the oil and they're securing the electrical system in the car because they're about to attack parts of the sensors that could possibly set the airbags off. use the big blue cutters in the little saw. Yeah, that's my tool choice. It's a lot heavier, but it's a little bit easier. The Jaws of Life and those blue tools, they're all certified. Every year we have to get them tested. They have to get cleaned and serviced. They're a tool that requires regular maintenance just to make sure that they can still cut when we need them to cut. We can't just leave them on the shelf and only use them when we need them. They have to be certified. So, and they're also intrinsically safe. So if there's gas pouring out everywhere, they won't spark. They're spark resistant, and they're also intrinsically safe. Gas can't get into their electric motor and start firing. So we're getting ready for the push. So they're going to use two tools at one time. On one side, they're going to put what's called a ram, and then on the other side, they're going to do the jaws. I don't know which side they're going to go with what, but I'll try to tell you when I see the tool come up. Okay. So Gage, this side you're going to do the jaws? Okay. Oh yeah, there you go. They're putting the ram in on the driver's side. Now people ask me, what happens if the battery dies while the tool's cutting? Interestingly enough, when the tool stops, it locks in position so it doesn't just slide and go dead. And you can change the battery hot. In other words, you just eject the battery, put another battery in it, and you go about your day. In fact, they just did that. They just switched batteries on the cutters. And we have plenty of batteries, and if we run out of batteries, we have an adapter that plugs into the unit and runs off of the generator. Looks like Lieutenant Saxon's getting ready to do a push for the ram over there. He's a little bit ahead of these guys on this side, so they're going to be using the jaws. Now, each tool has its benefit and its limit. The problem with the ram is once you put the ram in the doorway, you'll notice that the tool is in the way. But the benefit to using the ram is you get a lot more push. So if you got to get say more than 18 inches on a lift, you can do that with the ram very easily. The benefit to the jaws is you can put it on the side and do a lift or a dash rollover on it. The jaws will be out of the way. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a second on this side. You can see the driver's side right now, the ram is in position. We're still cutting on this side. The tool's biting through. I can hear the motor. It's just gone through the straight steel. There it goes. So they're going to do the purchase point. They're going to lock it back and forth, make a nice hole in there. Now they're going to jam the jaws of life in there on the passenger side, and they're going to start spreading it. And they're going to synchronize it together, and they're going to roll this whole dash assembly up on the line. This is another thing that the tow truck drivers absolutely hate, because now the car doesn't roll. And I'm sure we got some tow truck drivers out there somewhere going, yeah, you're right.
Right here. Oh, they have to sell it.
the other challenge with the jaws. They do tend to fall out where the ram won't do that. So when you watch the dash roll up, imagine your legs are trapped underneath that steering wheel. Look at all the room you're going to get. This lifts the whole car up so you can just pick the person up out of the car. If their foot is jammed up underneath the gas pedal or brake, which it often does, this is how we're able to get in there and cut that pedal off and get the feet out. We don't do like they do on TV where they amputate the foot. That doesn't, we don't do that. We take the car apart. So, we good? All right, so leave it right there so people can look at it. On the driver's side, you can see the ram, and on this side over here, you can see the jaws. You can see the advantage to both. I think are we done, guys? No, we're good. Thank you. We'll leave the car here. You can walk around and look at it. Okay, thank you very much. The Team Eustis did great. Thank you, guys.